So hi guys and welcome back to the fifth race of season 3. And guys, if you haven't watched the last video, go and check it out because it was a very eventful race for us. Yuki got P9 who we were driving as, but the reason we only got P9 is because I thought about undercutting all the people behind us because I was defending against them for whole 13 laps. So I thought, you know what, let's just defend and then go into the pits, get a undercut. But the problem for us, because that undercut cost us the whole position because there was a red flag as soon as I came out of the pits. That's why we lost all the position, but at the end we were able to get sub position and get ourselves P9, and that was honestly the most I could have done. So good news for us is that some of the upgrades have come in, and that is good. Obviously we have some time to the Spanish GP, so let's try to get all the rear downforce upgrades on this car because they will be very important for us to get a good exit out of the last corner in Spain, because that is really key for us to get good result here. So let's see what we can do right now. 680 resource, well 680k is what the money we have right now. So we have bought one aerodynamics upgrade and one brake upgrade. Obviously we do not have the money to buy another one, but that doesn't matter right now. So with a 1.4k resource points we can't really buy anything because chassis is done. Powertrain we have one, but that is an fuel efficiency upgrade. We can wait out for that, and I am not doing any more development in the durability upgrade, so we can wait out a little bit longer. So here we have a facility, and that is, well, secondary sponsor has been discovered, but that doesn't matter right now because we have not gone to fan rating of P6. But wait here, let's just see what we can do now with the development and in the engineering. The research expansion for chassis is in, and we have failed 2 upgrades. We have again failed 2 upgrades, guys. I just do not understand how many upgrades do I have to fail. I mean, I think on the whole course of this race, including the pre-season, we have lost I think 25 to 30 upgrades, and obviously I can't do anything about it because obviously you fail and you gain some. So here we are. Look at that, guys. Aston Martin is in front of the pack, and that too by a very long shot. But the thing is, we have some time before the Spanish GP. Let's see if other cars upgrade anything. We are still the 8th best car on the grid, but the thing is, Ferrari is the 7th best car, but they have Charles Leclerc who has been outscoring that car for a very long time. So here we are, guys. Nothing more we could have done. Let's just go and drive as Jack the One in the Spanish GP.
It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world. Do you feel the need? The need for speed?
So here we are in the qualifying for the Spanish GP, and obviously a very sunny Spanish GP, contrast to the Imola GP in which we had a little bit overcast race. But here let's just see what we can do in the Spanish GP. Obviously, guys, traction control has been a little bit glitchy lately. I don't know why, I don't understand it. Is that some places it use too much extra braking and too less throttle. Because of that we are not able to get a good exit out of the final 2 corners, but we have to deal with it. There is nothing more we can do. So race to the line, first lap we go P3, and that was good enough for us to get ourselves into Q2. And even Yuki got himself into P10. That is good. We need to improve as much as we can. Getting a good result here is really important because if we need to fight anything in the top 5, we need big results. So here, second qualifying session, first lap, on a new set of tires. Obviously guys, I am trying to do a lap so that we can only have to do one lap in one session, and getting into Q3 at the end we can do two more race runs there. But here in the first lap of Q2, let's see what we can do here into the final two corner. And listen, we use way too less throttle out of the final corner, even braking a lot, and because of that we are not able to do good enough. But we are still through into Q3, obviously very close to getting knocked out. If my teammate was through, I would have been knocked out. So well, the good news is for us is that we are through. Obviously both the Williams are out, and even Calimere for the Mercedes also out of Q2. That is crazy. And obviously if you saw, Piastri has a penalty of a 5-place grid penalty. I don't know what that is for, but that doesn't matter to us. We with a 12-2 in the first lap. That was an amazing lap guys. But Max Verstappen has just again shown us that how crazy he can go. McLaren, which is not really the fastest car on the grid, and he has been able to compete with Oscar Piastri, who has a Mercedes, which is also the second best car on the grid, because the best car on the grid is Aston Martin, and Webber is in P4. So it is a crazy one here. But let's see what we can do in the final lap of Q3. Starting not so great, but I think with all the time we are gaining, we can get some kind of time here. And look at that, into the part in which we have way too many cars in front, where turn 6, turn 7, and that is Ocon. He has gone out of the way already, and we have another car in front who is getting in our way, and that is George Russell. We have gained 2 turns, but we have gone wide because I was trying to not get into our way. Well, I was trying that George Russell does not get into our way. Because of that we made a big mistake into turn 10, and that has cost us all the time. And into the final corner, obviously going on to the grass for the final measure, and obviously trying to show my anger there, but obviously guys, you can't do anything about it. It is lost. We are still P6 though, with an amazing first lap we did. Obviously look at that, almost none of the drivers actually improved, and even Ferrari with Charles Leclerc and Esteban Ocon in P9 and P10. So Max Verstappen will be the one starting from pole, with Oscar Piastri into P2 with Spain, which has a very long while before you can go into turn 1. So guys, let's just go into the Spanish GP and let's see what happens in the race.
Welcome along everyone to sunny Spain, specifically to the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. So many great moments in Formula One history have been written at this very track over the years, including Michael Schumacher's first win for Ferrari back in '96. That win was in the rain. We might have better weather here today, but we're just as overjoyed to be at the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap times and reducing the total running to 2.9 miles and 14 turns. This was actually the original setup for the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Webber, Norris, Jack Doohan and Senna, Piastri, Stroll, Ocon and Charles Leclerc, Gasly, Sainz, Calimere and Antonelli, Hadjar, Aaron, Pepe Marti and Ollie Behrman, Lawson, Bortoletto, Sonoda and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And joining me in the commentary box once again, Naomi Schiff. Hi, Gnomes. Now, Ant, you always tell me you know Barcelona almost as well as you know the back of your hand. Given the amount of testing that goes on here and the amount of laps that you and all the other drivers have done, What are the challenges that are left when it comes to the race?
Well, this certainly is a favorite track when it comes to testing. And I'll tell you why that is. It's because it offers up so much variation. You've got corners that are fast, that are slow, that are long, that are short. So there's a lot to think about and a lot to work with. But T9 is one of my personal favorites because it is so challenging. Every time you get there, you think, should I lift or should I stay flat? Well, I tell you, stay flat. Commit.
Radio check, radio check.
Radio check, copy.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
So here we are in the race strategy, and it's a medium to hard strategy. Obviously guys, the thing is, because of traction control, it has actually helped us to see that our personalized strategy is actually medium to, well, softs to medium, but I am not going to do that. We will be starting on the medium tires with 3, 4, 5 lights. And here we go for the Spanish GP. Max Verstappen getting a good start with George Russell into P2, and there is Lando Norris in P3, and obviously Oscar Piastri has taken a penalty, but that doesn't matter to us. But we are there into the inside of Norris and Mark Webber, getting ourselves into P3, and that is big guys. Early gains for us, and obviously Oscar Piastri into P7. He had a 5-place grid penalty if you remember, and because of that he started in P7 even after qualifying P2. Hurtful, but he did good here. And we obviously in the start, Senna tried to do something, but we had enough of a start to get ourselves in front, and then into turn 1 overtaking these guys. But now the game starts. Can we catch up to Max Verstappen and George Russell, which is a crazy ask because this car is the 8th best car on the grid. It is going to be very difficult. Look at that, out of turn 4 we are not getting a good exit, but still guys, because I know that our tire wear is much better than expected, I will be pushing much better than I want to. So that will be very fun because obviously the tire wear is good. You can push a little extra. So let's see what we can do. Obviously already losing a second to the top 2, but it is getting little difficult because at the end of lap 2 DRS has been enabled already, and we are 2 seconds behind. So we are losing a second a lap almost. So yeah, this is going to be difficult. Obviously we have some big names behind us. Mark Webber, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri in the, well, Vodafone Mercedes will be fighting us. But here comes Mark Webber with the help of DRS, and behind us is Lando Norris. He will try to do something, but he can't. And into turn 1, even after braking very long, we lost a little bit too much time to Mark Webber. Obviously I tried to do something, but just did not work out. And obviously Mark Webber is already in front, and look at that guys, out of turn 5 he is already out of DRS range. That's how good he is. And after that obviously I pushed so much on these tires to catch up to Mark Webber. I actually managed to get a little bit of a decent gap to the drivers behind, but obviously guys, this gap was very short-lived because on lap 8 these guys have already caught us, and it is Ayrton Senna who will try to attack us with the help of DRS. But we have the tires, we have the battery, and we have overtaken back Ayrton Senna. Obviously guys, it is a little difficult on these medium tires because though they are good, they are now getting worse and worse with 31% on my rear left. It will take time to, well, use these tires, and then we will be going on to hard tires. But here lap 10 guys, we are already feeling the tire wear. 44% on the left side, both the tires are 44%, so it's getting a little difficult, but we are still defending against all the drivers behind us. And there is Ayrton Senna and Piastri almost looking behind us. Obviously guys, when I went on to the back camera, it almost scared me with how close these guys were, but we are still through. Obviously guys, if you see our ERS, we are using way too much of our ERS. So at the end of lap 12, the final time these guys can actually attack us, and the time, obviously guys, these guys are also losing tire wear, so that also makes sense. And obviously I was trying to know if other people will be trying to do a 2-stop or 1-stop, but it doesn't matter because we are fighting with Ayrton Senna, but he can't do much. We have again overtaken him, obviously guys, around the outside. If I do not give him enough space, it will be very difficult to overtake us, and we obviously into turn 1 will brake as much as I can so that other drivers cannot overtake me, and this will keep on going as long as I can do. So lap 13 we have to just keep ourselves till at the end of lap 13 guys, because I thought, you know what, I am doing an undercut on the drivers behind because these guys are much better than us. So let's see what we can do here on lap 14 with the pit stop. Obviously 0.9 laps extra fuel I have. That is not good because we are running out of fuel with only some laps left. Let's see with a pit stop and a 2.5 pit stop. That is big. That is honestly very big for us, because if we are able to get a good pit stop, that means I can push. And obviously guys, as you know that even in the last season, though I had to pit a second time in that race because obviously we did not have enough tire wear upgrade, but the thing is I was feeling so much better on the hard tires, and in this race I was feeling actually amazing on the medium tires too. So that means these hard tires are about to come alive, and on lap 15 at the end we have caught up to Aaron there. Paul Aaron in the Alpine is really close to us, but we have not opened the DRS because I freaking forgot to open it. I have not gotten DRS the whole race, so I forgot that we have DRS open, but that doesn't matter guys, because we won't be able to overtake Paul Aaron anyways because we have to wait a little bit longer. And the good thing is Kelly Mayer has pit and she has come out 4.3 seconds behind us. That is big. So lap 16 with the DRS open for the second straight, we are going to go through the inside of Paul Aaron obviously, and a good big slide to end Paul Aaron's any chance of trying to attack us. We are through into P14. Obviously the drivers in front of us has not pit, so when these guys start to pit we will start to gain time. And obviously guys, because we have pit 3 laps earlier, because it's lap 16 now 17, and these guys are now pitting on the tires, and look at that, Senna, Piastri, Charles Leclerc, all of these guys have pit, but other drivers still have not pit. I just do not understand what these guys are waiting for. Obviously Lando Norris and Mark Webber. Mark Webber has actually overtaken Lando Norris for P2. He will try to fight, I think that is George Russell who will try to do something. Obviously I'm sorry, Lando Norris was never actually in the fight of top 3 because it was George Russell, Max Verstappen and Mark Webber, and these guys are really close to each other. They will try to fight each other, but here lap 20 guys, we are trying to stay in front of these guys, and obviously the medium tires are actually feeling amazing. And the good news is I was looking at our fuel and I saw that we aren't really losing too much fuel, so we, even if we have to save the fuel, it will be at the very end of the race. So right now we do not have to worry about it, but right now there is Senna trying to attack us in the AMG Patronus Red Bull, and there is Oliver Behrman who has retired, but still guys, these guys will try to attack us, but we have defended these guys very easily, and now we will try to do something. But on lap 23, George Russell and Max Verstappen fighting with each other. Max Verstappen still going side by side. 1, turn 2, 3, 4. These guys are still in front, and Max Verstappen finally has overtaken George Russell for the lead. But obviously guys, these guys, it will be very difficult to keep them behind, but we will try to do everything with the help of DRS. Here it goes Senna, but we have the DRS guys. These guys will not be able to attack us that easily, and obviously guys, the battery is very helpful. So 10 laps to go now. After this one, it is getting a little difficult on the fuel too, but I am not really looking after the fuel right now. I am pushing 100%, trying to catch up to the top 3. That is our main goal right now. Let's see, can we do it on lap 24? Starting lap 25, Ayrton Senna and Piastri will again try to attack us, because guys, we have a train from P4 to P10, and these guys again tries to attack us, but I try to give Ayrton Senna some space, but guys, I quickly take that space back up for ourselves because I cannot let them pass, because P4 is going to be very huge. So here at the end of lap 27, look at that guys, this time if you heard it, I removed the traction control for a moment to see if it actually helps, and honestly guys, it did.
23.6 seconds. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 11 laps old now. Time last lap, 1 minute 16.9. Alright, you're falling back by 1/10 a lap.
And look at that guys, only a tenth behind Mark Webber this time, because I removed the traction control for the last two corners. But obviously guys, it is kind of cheating. I will not be doing that. That's why at the end of the final lap we have a fuel problem. But there goes Piastri. He does not worry about my fuel problem. He will go for it, but we through the inside, cutting across Piastri. We have overtaken him back. Obviously the fuel can be saved in the final part of the track or the race, but we have finally secured P4. But there is still one DRS straight to go, but I highly doubt with 6 tenths behind Piastri he will find it very difficult to attack us. And obviously guys, Max Verstappen, after going in front, he has won the Spanish GP with Mark Webber into P2. George Russell, after doing such an amazing work, was not able to even secure P2, but amazing race for everyone, even us. 8th best car on the grid. Still we were able to get some good result here with Piastri and Senna defending them for last 10 laps. Was a little bit hard of the defending, but guys, it wasn't too difficult to defend. And here into the final corner we have secured P4. That is big. Obviously we are still trying to catch up to Ferrari, and we are definitely have done that amazing work here. And let's just go for the podium celebration, and driver of the day goes to Yuki. That is also good.
The checkered flag is out. We're going to be hearing that Dutch national anthem again, because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
Well, that's 2 race wins in a row for them. I think they'll be really happy with that. I mean, 1 race win is great, but to have 2, you know that you've got it. You're a little bit more comfortable in your skin. This is a great sign of maybe what's to come next.
From lights out to the checkered flag, this is what they're racing for. It's points and a trip to the podium. And for those that have missed the Dutch national anthem, fear not. It's back again, because Max Verstappen is back on the top step.
And here, what an amazing race guys. Obviously we got P4 and not too behind the top 3. Obviously I think if I had not let Mark Webber by, I might have been able to attack and get myself a podium. But guys, if you see Mark Webber, he actually overtook George Russell and was on path of trying to overtake Max Verstappen, so I think that is understandable. And obviously Piastri went from P21 to P15, out of which 1 was a DNF, but that doesn't matter guys. Amazing race for us, amazing race for Yuki. But guys, and we have a rivalry with Ferrari, a rivalry I was thinking about, and we have now that rivalry given by the game. So it's going to be fun guys. If you're enjoying these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next one.